read a poem and explain each and every line. I want to give you line by line explanation of the poem Father to Son by Elizabeth Zenning. Okay, but before I start the lecture or before I read the lines of the poem, I have something to say about the poem Father to Son. Okay, you can call it a summary. Okay, in the modern world, the poet Elizabeth Jennings, an American poet, she speaks in the voice of a father. The reason is she understands the present day fathers are somewhat different. Understood? In the present day world, the present day fathers are different. Why? Because they are so busy earning and spending money that they do not communicate with their nearest and dearest ones. If you ask me who these nearest and dearest ones are, the answer to that question will be none other than their sons and daughters. Don't you think these days the children are growing away from their parents? I think 100% yes. Why? It is because the parents are busy. Understood? First, I'm really astonished, especially I'm Bengali, and I must say, especially the Bengalis living in West Bengal. As I belong to the state of West Bengal, I understood, you know, experience, I see a society that is totally different. Bengali society, especially Bengali people practicing Hinduism, understood, have changed. I was associated with the Times of India, understood, and I found in Calcutta, in old Calcutta, Bengali population is getting extinct. The reason is they have sent half the families living in Calcutta in the best places in Calcutta, Tollygunge, Baliganj, even some places in Salt Lake. And some places in central Calcutta have like Lansdowne and all these places. They have sent their daughters or son to some South Indian cities, understood, Korea, and they are taking much time. What are they doing? Oh, I have sent my son for, to work in South India, or they're now working as a IIT engineer or something like that, or engineers, doctors, or something like that. They are taking much time. Why? They want to build their career. They are busy building their career, and this is how they are killing their time. And now, when they become around, when they are 50 or 45, they marry. And what is the reason of your marrying late? It is because of your what? Prosperity. You want prosperity before you understood. But if what will happen to you, you don't know. If you marry late, what will happen? Those who are young, they can enjoy their married life to their heart's content. But those who marry late, they will have to get themselves ready for the consequence of marrying late. If you become an old man, Buddha ban jaoge, what will happen? You will pay the price. No. This is like when they marry, they are either, auntie or aunt, uncle for their sons and daughters, understood? And they hardly have time for their children. And the children grow up, but they don't grow up, they grow away from their parents. The result is they don't grow up. Maybe they keep nannies or somebody who to look after them, understood? But if the parents do not love their children like real father and mother. Understood? Because the reason is lack of time. If they don't give them enough time, they need not presence of someone who is either a nanny or somebody close to your family or somebody you have employed. Understood? They don't, that love of a third person cannot fill the vacuum, cannot give him, understood, what he needs. The pure love of parents is missing. The result is that boy will feel lost and lonely. He will grow up cut off from the taste of real love, the love of their parents. Right or not? If they grow up, maximum number of children grow up like this in the modern world, what will happen? Will they be good citizen of the country? Will they be physically strong and will they be, mentally strong? Understood? Do you think they will be physically fit and mentally alert? Physical fitness and mental alertness, understood, is possible. The who make them possible, the presence of their parents in their life. Because under them, as long as the children are under their parents, what will they do? They will enjoy the beauty of childhood. They will enjoy their childhood to their heart's content, adulthood to their heart's content, and then even they can feel free, understood, to what? Enjoy the presence of other members of their family, the beauty of life, the beauty of growing up as children, as college going children, school going children, right? And then those children can prosper because there is a particular fixed time for everything, right time for everything. If they do not get what they need, understood, in proper time, the lack of that particular thing in that proper time will always leave an impact on our life. Do you get it? And the result is the sufferings. You go to South India, you don't have problem. But if you are a young boy, you have got a job, decent job, marry. This is my opinion. Don't take too much time thinking of prosperity, thinking of a decent house that you would like to build. Oh, I have to build a house. I have to buy a car before I start my, conjugal life or marriage. Understood? No. That is how you cannot, what? Give your children a decent future. If you marry late, you are going to gift your sons and daughters an uncle and aunt. Understood? If you give birth to the babies, understood? What will happen? When they grow up, they will say, oh my God, my father is an old man compared to other children. Understood? This is why we are suffering. And the Bengali community is getting extinct in central Calcutta, in entire Calcutta. I must request the Bengalis living all over the world to rethink this. Think what they are doing will not do them good in the long run. They need to change the way they think about their life. Understood? That's how they can benefit from the presence of mind. If they don't do it, they will suffer the consequence. Okay, come to the point. I'm sorry. I've taken much time and I should not have done that. But this was also a part of our poem. In the modern day, what happened? The children, understood, grow up without proper love and care of their parents. Understood? And the result is they grow up without being given the immense love of real parents. The parents hardly have time for them. As a result, they grow away from their parents. And the result of growing away from their parents has immense influence, immense impact on their life. As a result, they, live in the same family, under the same roof, but they behave as if they are strangers to each other. They grow up good. Get good school to go to. They get good or decent education. They get good friends to mix with. But that change do not give them, understood, a very bright future. Cannot help them to grow up or grow into good citizens of the country, who we can call the future of the country. If the parents, understood, if their upbringing, understood, is not as good, understood, if their upbringing is not as good as the modern parents want, then the modern parents will be held responsible. Why do you know? Why modern parents will be held responsible, do you know? It is only because the parents do not think of how they should treat their children. The parents do not fulfill their wishes and aspirations. Parents do not understand their children. Parents should always behave as if they are there beside them whenever they need them. But the parents are distancing themselves. They are growing away. Understood? This is the pathetic condition that moved the poet. What is the name of our poet? The name of our poet is Elizabeth Jennings, right? She actually felt about what is going on in the present day world and the plight of the youths. The youths are, understood, picking up bad habits. Their, their future is at a stake, doomed. Understood? They don't know what to do. They feel like a fish out of water, even if they are under the care of very rich parents. Even though they get to live in the decent families, but they live cut off. They do not enjoy the real relationship. Understood? They do not get the taste of the relationship, the beauty of life, the happiness, the real happiness of family life. What I can tell you, I got my dad, and to me, I have got many friends, university, colleges, schools, understood. But nobody can replace my father's place. Why? It is only because for me, my father was my best friend. I shared everything, almost everything with my father. Why? It is because my father welcomed me with open arms. Whenever I found it, he understood me. Understood. Why? Because he allowed me to speak up my mind. He allowed me to share every problem I faced. My father was aware of the fact that we human beings not only face problems from inside our families, from inside the human bodies. You know, we even human bodies have so many problems. Understood? So many desires which we cannot put in check. Understood? So the enemies from inside the families, from inside the human body, and from inside the society and outside the house, even in the schools, in the societies where we go to play, mix with friends or somewhere like that, there are so many problems we have to fight. And who help us to get over those problems? The first persons who can solve these problems that we face both inside and outside our families are our parents. And if those parents grow away from us, understood? If those parents do not enjoy an emotional bond with us, if those parents have hardly time, understood, any time for their kids or children, I don't think the futures of those children will be bright. Understood? Because they do not get the touch of what? They will lose touch with their parents. Understood? And then the touch of love. The parents actually are the positive influence, clear, on their lives. And under the positive influence and care, under the positive influence and care of their loving, understood, loving care, clear, under the touch of the loving care of their parents, the children grow well. And the unfortunate fact is that the modern parents are so busy earning and spending money that they do not give their emotional support, love, care. The money cannot fulfill all your desires. You need your parents to love you when you get hurt, when you somebody hurts you emotionally. Understood? If somebody has not only hurt you emotionally, there are so many things that the children want to share with their parents, but the modern parents don't have time. They are the busiest people. Understood? And if the children grow up without sharing the problems that actually, play with their lives, think of what they are going to grow up into. They will grow up, but into a different person who the parents will not know. Understood? If my son grows up and even if he becomes a doctor, I don't think my son will be the kind of person, understood, the world needs. Understood? But even if the child is under the care of a single a father or mother, understood, single parent, understood, even if he shares his problem with his mother, if he is under his mother, if he lives with his mother, if the boy girl living with his father, sharing all the problems he faces in the society or in the family or in the school with his father, that child also will have a decent future. Understood? He will not be a mental patient. Actually, we are raising our children, understood, but most of them what? Become mental patient because of lack of proper care and love of the presence of the parents in their life. If they do not get loved the way I live with my family. Understood? I live under the same roof. I live in the same room with my father. But my father doesn't have time for me. Even my mom is also a working woman and she also doesn't have time. What will happen to me? Even if they come back home, they don't have time. They have given me a private tutor to go to. I am going, and that is how I am growing up. My mother doesn't have time. My father doesn't have time. What will happen to me? Tell me. Will I be a person who will be the happiest person on earth? But if my father looks back into his childhood, into the time when he was a child, then he cannot do this injustice to me. Like my grandfather understood, loved me like anything. My father loved me like anything, understood. But I am not able to love. Why? Because I have a job to do, because I have some friends to mix with, because I have a computer to use, I have a mobile phone, I have some WhatsApp number to communicate with. Understood? This is why I'm distancing myself from my son. And the distance between the son and the father is widening day by day. At a time, you do not know what you have done, you don't know what harm you have done to your son. This is how we are destroying the lives of our children in the modern world. And the poet is feeling very sad. The poem is the result of the poet's sadness for the plight of the modern children growing up in the modern world without love, proper care of their parents. You know, the best role, understood, played by the best role in the lives of the children, understood, are played by only parents, understood. And to most of the children, their parents are their role models. Nowadays, why will that be a hero? Why? Why will that be a hero? My role model is not going to be my, like a hero, either in the Bollywood or Hollywood or, Tollywood. I want my father to be my role model. Isn't it? Why? It is because mixes, father gets the chance to mix with his son like nobody can. But the father is not doing that. Giving everything is not justice done to the son. Giving financial assistance, sending children to good schools, colleges, universities is not what the children need. The children need love and care of their parents. And what is the impact of the real love, lack of real love in their life? Understood? The poet talks at length about what is going to happen. Is that clear? Have I been able to make you understand? So, living under the same roof is of no importance. Sharing the same room is of no importance. Living like parents, understood, sons, living like parents is of no importance. If the parents mean to be who they are, if they do not mean who they are, if they are parents in name, but in reality, they are acting as if they are parents, but it is the acting going on. Understood? If they can change themselves into real parents, then the modern world will be a paradise on earth. If this is a very dangerous problem the world is facing. Do you believe this is a very dangerous thing being done? The need of time is changing us into people, understood, the concept of father and mother will vanish. Right or not? This is the biggest problem the world will face. I don't think there are most of the countries, and there are cultures that actually, preserve these words, father and mother. They are actually real gods and goddess. If the meaning of the value, the significance, or the place of our parents understood in our life disappear, what is this? The entire society will collapse one day. the society will cease to exist. The society will cease to exist if we do not do something about it. It is a warning, not a poem. The poet is warning us. Please don't do this. Don't do this to your children. Let them feel they are under the loving care of their parents. Do not play with their lives. In the name of what? In the name of relationship. Father, daughter, father, mother, son. Understood? This do not राम का नाम बदनाम ना करो. Understood? Don't what? Destroy. Don't harm the relationship. Understood? Father, mother, father, son. This fatherly, motherly love. Understood? Missing from the family actually impacted the poet. The absence of real love. Understood? Of real parents made the poet very sad, feel very sad. And the poem is the impact of that. Poem is the reflection or impact of that particular. He has pained his feelings through this poem about what is going on in the modern world. The parents are turning into puppets. They are turning into money-making machine. To them, making money is more important than making a good family, than making the lives of their children, than giving his children decent futures. If the parents want to build a good life, understood, good family, they must think before what they are doing. The way they are living their life is going to harm the existence of human society. And the warning is from the poet. The poet wants the children, understood, to ask for love from their parents, and the poet is telling the parents to give love. There must be what? Give and take. Understood? Like it happened in the past. It should not stop. The beautiful relationship between father and mother, father and son, father and daughter should exist. Parents should not grow away from their children. Understood? Now I'm going to recite the poem and explain. I'm sure that you have enjoyed, right? I have been able to make you understand what the poem is all about. This is actually the poem, and I'm going to read it. I'm sure that you must love the lines of the poem. And number? Hello, number?
51.
Okay, fine. Now, Elizabeth Jennings, again, father to son. I do not understand this child. In the first line of the poem, I say, I do not understand this child. The poet is speaking in the voice of a father. Understood? I do not understand this child. The poet does not understand this child. The father does not understand this child, means the child of this modern world. Understood? Though we have lived together now in the same house for years, though we have lived together, the father says that he and his son lived together. Now they have lived where? Together. Where? In the same house for years. They have lived in the same house for years, for many years. Clear? Actually, son and father lived in the same house for many years. I know nothing of him. So try to build up a relationship from how he was when small. What does it mean? It means the father admits, understood, that he lived with his son in the same house, but he doesn't know anything about his son. What is the cause? What is the cause behind his not knowing about his son? It is only because the father kept himself busy. Maybe the father was so busy earning and spending money or doing his own work that he hardly had time. Understood? Maybe he could have understood, talked, but due to his busy schedule, he didn't give his son what he deserved. Understood? He should have given some time. Maybe our fathers, modern day fathers in the modern day world, understood? They are so busy that they do not give, understood, time at all. But this is not a good thing. Understood? Is this a good thing? Is this a good thing? No? Okay. Then I know nothing of him. So try to build up a relationship from how he was when small. Now he realized, the father realized his mistake. But will it be possible for him to go back? Understood? In time, is it possible? Into past, into when he began? Will it be possible? No. Now it is too late. He just speaks about how he feels after he has lost the opportunity of hello. He now feels sad. The poet is speaking in the voice of a father, and father is displaying his deep sadness for what he hasn't done. Understood? So he wants to go back into past. Clear? When his child was, into the time when he was child, when his son was a child. But it is not possible. It is, what it means is, he is displaying his sadness for what he couldn't do. Isn't it? Do you understand? When he says, so try to build up a relationship from how he was when small. Is it of any use? No? Understood? What is this? It is just a repentance. Can it be possible to build up a relationship from how when he was a small boy? Not possible. Just he is displaying his sadness for what he couldn't do. Yet, have I killed? The seed I spin or sown it where the land is his and none of mine. Now that my son has already grown up, he lives in his own world. Understood? Now that his son has grown away from him, so he lives in his own world. And it is not a world of mine. And I cannot, however hard I may try to drag him, understood, into my world or make him understand me, I cannot. Because he has become a different person. A man of his own world. Clear? It is the whose folly is this? The folly is mine. The father admits that it is his mistake, and it is because of his own mistake that his son has become a different person. His son lives in his own world. He has made a world of his own. Understood? Now they are physically close to each other but mentally different. Understood from each other. Do you get it? Maybe the son looks like the father, but his taste, understood, choices are different from that of his father. Understood? Now their wavelength doesn't match. Understood? They may look alike. Understood? Now we speak like strangers. There is no sign of understanding in the air. They behave as if they are unknown to each other. They behave as if they are unknown to each other. In this, they are strangers. Understood? They live in the same family, but they behave as if they are unknown. They are strangers to one another or each other. The child is built to my design, yet he loves, I cannot, yet what he loves, I cannot share. It means he has become such a father who doesn't have knowledge of who his son has grown into. Understood? Who his son is, what are his choices and tastes. Understood? He has not been able to understand who his son has changed himself into. Understood? His son is totally different and he cannot say anything about his son as he is not aware of his taste, understood, choices. Silence surrounds us. Silence, as they did not talk to each other, as they have grown away from each other. Clear? So there is a distance between them. As they do not have full knowledge of each other, as they did not communicate, they didn't connect to each other. Naturally, they are, maybe they live in the same house under the same roof, but they do not, as they do not connect to each other. Understood? Naturally, they live like they are strangers. I would have him, prodigal, returning to his father's house, the home he knew, rather than see him move and make his world. You know, in the Bible, there is a mention of a father. Understood? What did that father do? Actually there is a story in the Bible. In that story, a son was wasteful son. He took his inheritance. Understood? Inheritance, you understand? And then he left his house. Then he wasted all that he got from his father. But when he returned home, his father welcomed him with open arms. Why? It was because he was a father. So, physical loss, even if the son loses his inheritance, physical loss is nothing for a father. The loss of his property was nothing. If the son understands his mistakes and comes back home, the father is always there to welcome him with open arms. Understood? Like now, as he has done harm, as he has harmed the future of his son, as he has spoiled his son, understood? Life of his son. And even if this son, understood, forgives him and comes back home, he will accept. Understood? Who? the father, the modern father, understood, will accept him. For he understood, he realized his mistake, and he will forgive him if he returns, if he again comes to rebuild the relationship. Understood? Understood? To build the relationship again. Don't touch him. Do you understand now? So, returning to his father's house, the home he knew, rather than see him make and move his world. It means a father does not want his son to live somewhere in the world, away from him. A father always wants his son to live close to him. Understood? He must live within his reach. Why? Because son is the dearest thing for a father. Nobody is as dear as a son to a father. To a father, nobody is as dear as a son. Understood? So, father always wants his son to live with him as long as he lives in this world. Understood? This is why he doesn't want his son, rather than see him make and move his world. It means father doesn't want him to live away from home. He wants him to live with him in the same house. I would forgive him too, shaping from sorrow a new love. It means sorrow. Why is this? There is sorrow. The by mistake he couldn't give him immense love. Not giving him immense love resulted in what? Ignorance of the son. Understood? And what happened due to this? The son has grown, or father has grown away from the son. Understood? Now, this actually, now the father wants him, he wants to, through this sentence, the father wants to say, I would forgive him too, shaping from sorrow a new love. It means he wants to build or repair the broken relationship. Understood? The father wants to repair the broken bond between the father and the son. Do you understand? The connection, he wants to connect again to his son. Understood? And would give him all that he forgot, understood, or failed to give him. Father and son, we both must live on the same globe and the same land. As we are father and son, as we are going to live on this same planet, understood, and in the same house. So it's no use living cut off from each other. Understood? We must live together. So the father says, father and son, we both must live on the same globe and the same land. He speaks, I cannot understand myself why anger grows from grief. Yes. Grief, understood, is the result of our anger. Understood? If the we get angry, why? It comes out of our grief. Grief for what we haven't got. Both the son and the father are, understood, confused. Both the father and the son do not know whether they will get back what they lost. The son cannot get the past love, understood, the love of early childhood days from his father, and the father cannot go back into the past when the child was a small boy, and the son cannot get what he lost, and the father cannot get, understood, what he cannot get to give what he failed to give. Understood? Do you get it? So he speaks, I cannot understand myself. He doesn't understand what he did. He should have understood what he did. It is just a repentance. Understood? Why anger grows from grief? He doesn't understand why he is angry. Actually, the reason why we are angry is due to the fact that it comes out of our anger, comes out of our grief. Understood? Grief of not getting what we want, we should have got. Clear? We each put out an empty hand, longing for something to forgive. It means this line is very good. We each put out an empty hand. It means Father is also teaching out the symbol of what? Repentance. Father is stretching out an empty hand, and the Son is putting out an empty hand. Why are they putting out empty hand? The Son putting out the empty hand is a symbol of what? His grief for what he hasn't got, and Father's putting out the empty hand is a symbol of what he did not give. Both of them are confused whether they will get what they failed to give each other, but they are ready for reconciliation. Do you get it? They are ready. If this is the situation that goes on and on and on in this world, I don't think the beauty the of life, the value of human life, or the beauty of family life, the happiness of family life will exist. It will vanish. It will be too late before we realize that we have to save it. If we don't do it, if we don't do anything about it, I think the entire world will, the concept of happiness, family life, the beauty of family life, understood, or the happy family. Clear? What is called happy family? Do you know? What is a sweet home? The presence of loving member. Who are the presence of loving members? Father, mother, son, daughter. This is a happy family. Understood? The presence of these people, understood, in a house makes a house a sweet home. Understood? A house becomes a sweet home due to presence of loving family members inside a house. Understood? We call it a sweet home. So I want the whole world, understood, do not miss sweet home from inside our houses. Inside our houses, I don't want the whole world to not lose. Understood? The happiness of family life under the care of our parents. With this, I come to the end of this class. If you think that my class benefited you, either indirectly or directly, or you have at least enjoyed the poem Father to Son, you must not hesitate to give me at least one like. And you can subscribe to my channel. The name of my channel is Indian English with Tanmay. Bye. How was it?